Hello everybody and welcome to another post narration. This is against one of my friends. His name is ASAP. He's a good battler. I think he's in 1400s rating, something like that. But this was for fun, but we were also taking it kind of serious. We wanted to both win. But before I start rambling, let's just get right into it. And we'll start it right now. Okay, so I'm going to lead off with Ferrothorn. He's going to lead off with Hippo. He's using a sand team, I'm still using my rain team, and here I just go for Power Whip because I want to get rid of his sand as soon as possible. Knowing he doesn't want to take another Power Whip again, I'm just going to go for rocks as he goes into Heatran. I'm going to go into Politoed, thinking he's going to go for a fire move, but he makes a good prediction here and goes for Toxic. And that's going to limit the amount of time I can leave Politoed in. This is my defensive set. It's the same team you guys have seen before. I'm just going to go for a Scald. It doesn't do that much to Amoonguss. I was kind of hoping for a burn, but I don't get it, which isn't a big deal because this Amoonguss, it walls my water types and Ferrothorn, but those aren't really my offensive pokes. So here he goes for Spore. I should have Sleep Watered Ferrothorn because I already had my rocks up, and I wanted to spin. I wanted to spin the rocks that he got up so I could bring in Tornadus T-Worm. But here, I know he's going to Rapid Spin, I know he's not going to attack. And I think this is my second turn of sleep right here. And I was really banking on me waking up, and I know it's a high chance of me waking up, so I go for Protect. So as he goes for Thunderbolt. Now, I wanted that to happen because I knew he would go for Scald after going Thunderbolt, thinking I'd switch out. So I could get a free spin off and have near full HP. So here, I go into Ferrothorn, thinking he's going to Thunderbolt again, which I believe he does, yeah. Only does 7%, very little damage. And so here I go for Power Whip, thinking he's going to go into Hippowdon or Amoonguss again. I don't know why he didn't go into Amoonguss here. I would have gone into Amoonguss. I think he wanted the sand up, though. So his Hippowdon is on its last leg, and I'm just going to go for Power Whip again. So if he stays in, it would KO his Hippowdon. And I still don't know why he doesn't go into Amoonguss here. He should have gone into Amoonguss, in my opinion. Now his Stoutland is at half HP as he goes for a Superpower, and I believe this is a banded Stoutland. I can see that Superpower didn't do much damage, and he doesn't have Life Orb Recoil. Maybe he's using the Expert Belt or something weird like that. Here he makes a very, very weird play. He goes into a Landorus. An unsafe switch, obviously, and I get a crit with Scald. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind on the narration. So he's gonna go for Spore. I go into Politoed to get my rain up. I probably should have just gone straight into Ferrothorn. He's gonna go for Giga Drain. It's not gonna do anything. And this next turn, he's gonna go for Spore, and I just leave in Ferrothorn as Sleep Water. Now, I was afraid of the Stun Spore all game. I didn't know if he was running dual status or if he was running like Hidden Power Ice or what. I didn't know what it was. So here I go into my Tornadus T as he goes into Hippowdon. I'm just going to go for Hidden Power Ice. Does nothing to his Heatran. And here I'm just going to go for a U-turn to get Swish Initiative if he switches out, and plus my Regenerator will get me back to full HP even from the Life Orb and Sandstorm recoil. So he's going to go for Lava Plume. It's going to do nothing to Politoed, but I still have this Toxic on me, which is annoying, but I can get around that. He's going to go for Scald again. It does 20% to Starmie. His Starmie, it has Thunderbolt, so I'm going to switch out to Jirachi. This is my sub Calm Mind Jirachi. And here I go for Substitute as he goes for Scald. I was really hoping he didn't get the burn, which he doesn't, thank goodness. And so here I'm just going to go for Thunder as he goes for Scald to break my sub. Thunder does 70% and gets a Paralysis, which is very good. Now I don't want to go for Thunder again because he still has that ground type in Hippowdon. So I go for Calm Mind as he switches into Hippowdon. I go for... Sorry, I'm a little in front of the narration. I go for Water Pulse, thinking that would KO, but he lives with 1 HP. But I get a Confusion, and he hits himself in Confusion. Thank goodness, because now I get my rain up. I get my rain and I win the weather war. Here I'm just going to leave in Jirachi as death fodder. Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have just gone into Politoed as death fodder, but same time, it didn't really matter. I didn't need Jirachi that much anymore. So I go for Scald again, still hoping for a burn. I don't get it. It's fine though. Mungus isn't too much of a problem. I'm going to go into Tentacruel, because he can't do much to Tentacruel, and I was predicting this switch into Starmie. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know what I was predicting here, but he goes for Earth Power, gets a crit. Does matter, but it's payback for the Scald crit on Landorus, I guess. So here I go into Mamoswine, and since I know that Heatran is a defensive Heatran, I know I can outspeed, and nothing wants to take an Earthquake from Mamoswine. So here I didn't know he had Recover, which he shows me now. So I'm just going to go into Politoed, mainly as death fodder. Even though his Thunderbolt really doesn't do that much. Politoed took that pretty well, and I'm going to go for a Toxic just to force a switch, on him and get residual damage. So he goes for Scald. I kind of wanted to go into Mamoswine there, but I didn't want to play obvious, and good thing I didn't, because he does go for Scald, which probably would have KO'd at that range. So here I go for U-turn to get switch initiative again. And he goes into Heatran, and like I said earlier, I know I can outspeed with Mamoswine, and nothing on his team wants to take an Earthquake. I don't think he should have left in Heatran, because if he still wanted a chance to win, I think he should have sacked his other poke. I forgot what it was. I think it was a Mungus. The Mungus really can't do anything to my two offensive pokes, Mamoswine and Tornadus T. And Tornadus T can really do some damage now that Heatran is gone. So I'm just gonna leave in Ferrothorn, trying to wake up and get my rocks up, I believe. Yeah, I get my rocks up, get a little bit of damage every time something switches in. He goes for Spore again. I leave in Ferrothorn as death fodder, and I go into Tornadus T after this. At this point, I don't think he has Stun Spore, or else he would have tried to use it at some point, which is good. I go for U-turn because I don't know if Hurricane will KO at that point. He goes for Scald, does very little to Ferrothorn, and I believe here he goes for Rapid Spin, not Recover. I think next turn he goes for Rapid Spin, or he switches out. I can't quite remember. We get some leftover recovery, and yes, he does go for Recover, and I was really hoping I'd wake up here so I could get a Power Whip off. But at this point it doesn't really matter, because the game is basically mine as long as I don't make any stupid plays. So here, knowing he doesn't want to stay in with Starmie, fear of Power Whip, I go into Tornadus T, and that Hurricane does not KO, which is very surprising. And he just goes for Spore. I think he knows he lost at this point. And there's not much he can do, because I still have Ferrothorn for his Starmie. So I'm just going to go for U-turn, because like I said, I don't know if Hurricane will KO at that point. I don't think it will. And I'm just going to wait for Ferrothorn to wake up, so I can get a Power Whip off and KO this Starmie. I think I get like 3 or 4 turns of sleep, something like that. And even if he crits me like 3 times in a row, I still don't think it'll KO me. So I'm pretty safe to just stay in here and just wait for a wake up. But that's basically game. Once I wake up, I'll get a Power Whip off and KO Starmie. He does get a crit, which, like I said, it doesn't matter. So thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this battle. I thought it was a pretty good battle. ASAP is a pretty good OU player, and I had fun playing this match. But that'll be the game. I win 3-0. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you already have, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Leave a comment, like, whatever. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.